You don't have to hold it so awkwardly, but it's kind of like point it.
It has to point at you. You have to turn it at an angle.
Don't eat the mic.
Oh no, poor Michael.
Hungry.
You are hungry. So Maddie, if y'all don't know, Maddie's like, we don't really look at the cameras. We just talk to ourselves, by the way. Like, how many times have you won Worlds? Well, how many times have you won with Team USA? So Maddie's like, I don't know. Give us your stats. Give us some stats here. Because you're like the ultimate cheerleader, I feel like.
Abify yourself, like Abby.
Well, so here's the crazy part. Like, so I knew you from Spirit of Texas.
Yeah.
But then Erin was like, Coach Erin was like, she's the bomb. She's like captain of Team USA vibes. Like, I don't know if you're the captain. I don't know if they have
Captain
captains
America?
or not. Yeah, maybe. But like, how long have you been on Team USA?
This was my 3rd year.
But how hard is it to make Team USA? Like, how many people try out for Team USA and how many girls do they take on co-ed?
Well, to try out, there's no like pre-evaluation. Like, you don't have to get selected for tryouts, but
So I could try out.
you could.
Adriana could try out.
Yo.
So how hard is it to make Team USA?
Well, out of the whole country, there's only like 13 girls and like 20 guys
That make
selected.
it?
Yeah.
How many people try out? Do you
I
know?
don't
Well, I
know.
guess you probably don't know stats, but like, is it like a lot? Like, do they
A lot.
different tryouts, or is it just one?
Yeah, there's like 6 or 7 probably tryouts around the United States within like probably 2 months, 2 or 3 months.
And so there's no one in Dallas?
Yeah, this past year there was 2 in Dallas actually.
Really? And so then everyone just tries out, and is there judges? Who picks this team?
The coaches.
Really?
That's nice.
How many coaches are there?
There's Leroy, Krista, and Allie, and Tucker. And then
And how do you become
co-ed.
a coach of Team USA? I'm really curious, like for real.
I guess just connections. Like Allie was on Team USA.
Okay.
Her and her partner were both on Team USA. And then Krista just, I don't know how Leroy selected her to coach USA, but
Does she coach anywhere else?
she coaches University of Alabama.
So wait, is
Okay.
Leroy like the head guy?
Of
Like, I didn't know if he was like the head
Is
coach,
he the head
or
coach?
if he like the person. Like, I feel like you always talk about him, so I didn't know if he was like the guy.
Well, he's the head coach of co-ed. And then
Okay.
Tony's the head coach of all-girl.
Okay, how does Tucker get in the mix? I don't really know Tucker. I know he works at CA.
Tucker's in charge of like all the youth and junior teams,
Oh.
but then he also helps coach co-ed.
There's
I
a
noticed
youth
that.
team
Yeah,
USA?
I saw there was junior
Yep.
USA teams.
There's YAG.
So how many
Jag,
USA
Yuko,
teams are
Juco.
there? Say it again.
Total,
And
I
don't say
think
JAG because I don't know what that means. So like there's youth.
There's youth co-ed, youth all-girl, junior co-ed, junior all-girl, premier all-girl, premier co-ed, and then there's premier hip-hop, premier palm.
So that's what,
and
8,
then
9?
There's, I think, like,
I saw a jazz team. I think I saw in some awards or something.
there's probably, like, it's either, like, 13 or 17 teams.
Golly.
That's really
Okay,
cool,
so back to
actually.
co-ed.
Because there's also, like, special abilities, or
Oh, I love that.
adaptive.
So back to co-ed. So like, Aaron made this comment a while back that USA you have to be super well-rounded. Like you've got to be able to do it all. Is that
Yeah.
true? Like baskets, tumbling, flying, like because I guess I imagine only you said 13 girls make it.
12 or 13.
Yeah, so I feel like with
That's
that little
crazy.
of people, like you'd have to be well rounded because if you only fly and someone tumbles and flies, they're gonna pick that person. Then there's a bunch of people to pick from.
And then
Yeah.
y'all don't practice very much
No. We
because everyone
practice-
lives all over the United States.
Yeah.
So how often do y'all practice? Like so, let's say when do you make the team? Like when do you decide?
They always say around Thanksgiving or like on Thanksgiving, but it's always like the week after Thanksgiving.
And are tryouts like year round, or when do they start doing tryouts?
Tryouts start normally like in September, and they go for like month and a half in all the different locations.
Wow. And then so what happens like, okay, everyone tries out all over the country and then they just send out like a flyer, like an email, you made it or what?
Yeah, they send out an email, and then they make the Instagram post.
Yeah.
Of all
God,
the
could you
names.
imagine
I
just
saw the
stop
Instagram
refreshing Instagram waiting like it's volleyball tryouts back in the day? They put
Oh
it
my
on.
gosh.
It's nerve-wracking.
That's crazy.
That's so cool though, because then you get to like see it, but like you see it at the same time the world sees it. So I guess that's kind of like, oh
Or
wow,
that's
like that's
awful.
dope.
And they spelled my name wrong.
Oh, that's rude.
How'd they spell it?
M-A-D-I.
Oh,
Oof.
awkward. Did you? Oh, I guess your last name. I was like, did you know it was you? Okay, so like, so then you make the team. Now what?
Well, then we have like an intro Zoom meeting of the team, like, hey, I'm Maddie, da-da-da.
Okay, that's fun.
And then we go over like expectations and training dates and all that, and then
And how often do y'all practice though? Because I remember you only went a few times. Like how, like, in a span from making the team to competing, like how often do y'all practice?
we practice for a total of like 12 days.
Wow.
And
That's
like it was
wild.
like randomly like a couple of days here in Dallas, right? Like
Yeah, it was
2 or 3
one
random.
weekend, like 1 weekend January, 1 weekend February, and then 1 weekend in March, and then we have our like 9-day training in Florida. But
So
right before we compete.
So when do y'all get choreography? Is it like the first practice, or do you like
And who
skill check, and then
Who
choreography?
choreographs it?
Really all the coaches, but we don't do a whole lot of like fluff until
Yeah.
like right before we compete and go to Orlando. Like this year we started going full out, I want to say the Friday before we competed.
Yeah.
And that was our first full out ever, minus the cheer and all that.
Wow.
So we didn't even add in the cheer until we got like to Orlando, and then we started going full out with cheer.
Who
And
comes up with like the stunts and all the crazy stuff y'all are doing?
usually Leroy comes up with like an idea in his head.
Like
Hey.
elements.
Yeah,
And
he's
was he a
like, "Hey, let's
college? Was
try
he a
that."
college coach?
Yeah.
Where did he coach at?
He coached at, I know he coached at OSU, I think Louisville, or went to Louisville.
Who deemed him like the coach of
Like
Team
the
USA?
guy.
I don't know.
Oh, he just like
Just appeared?
he just spawned.
Like he's like Dumbledore and Harry Potter. He's just like,
Yo.
I run this place.
Well, I'm assuming it was Tony, because Tony's also, well, he's like, I feel like it's almost like Tony then Leroy. Maybe it's just because I'm kind of scared of Tony, but
Oh my gosh.
he's
Okay, so
scary.
I have a question though. So like when you obviously y'all don't practice a whole lot. So do y'all ever like is it a brand new routine every single year? Or do y'all like reuse like certain elements? Like, oh, we really liked this part of the pyramid from last year, so we're gonna use it next year, or is it like totally brand new?
Oh, it's completely brand new.
Well, I'm not gonna
That's
lie. I've
crazy.
never really watched it, and this is gonna sound dumb, but I watched it and I was like, dude, that was really good. Like I didn't know what to expect. I never really did college, but it was crazy next level. I can't imagine as a guy trying to make it. It's like, I bet so many guys try out.
Oh, yeah.
But I feel like anybody that tries out's got to be really like I wouldn't try out for Team USA. I don't got it like that. Like I know this,
You
but like
could.
everybody's got to be really good.
Yeah. I would not want to be in charge of making those
The team
decisions
selection.
because that would be
Do people?
stressful.
Okay, so how many people make it total?
20 plus 30.
How many take the mat?
Uh,
How many don't make mat?
well, it varies year to year.
Right.
This year has been like the smallest team total that I've been on since I was on USA, but this year there was only like, I want to say 3, maybe 4 girls alternates, and then 2 guys alternates.
Oh wow, that's
Dang,
crazy.
That's
Yeah.
wild.
And so guys have to be able to probably tumble and stunt.
For the most part, yeah, unless their like stunting is just
Like
through
mine,
the roof, or
That they
they
don't
can
have to
just
tumble.
tumble,
like
out
me.
tumble anyone.
I'd
I
be
do.
just full
Okay, so wait. So
stunner.
like, how did if you're on like the youth team or the junior team? Obviously, those are like kids. They're younger. Do they practice more often? Because
yeah,
okay,
they practice year round because theirs is more location based.
okay,
So like this year, JUCO junior co-ed was based out of Florida,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like Hudson High School, and then there was, I think, well TK was from CA Plano.
Mm-hmm.
She was on Cheetahs, and she flew in like every weekend
Wow.
to train with them, and then
Wow.
Shelby that comes
Yeah.
to the gym here.
Yes.
She was on youth co-ed,
Wow.
and they're based out of Chicago.
They were really good too. I mean, it
Yeah.
was crazy.
They were out of Chicago, so her and her mom or whoever would fly up there every weekend to train.
That's,
So when you make the team and you don't practice, like, what do you do to stay in? Like, how do you stay motivated? Like, I don't know, understand. Like, don't you have challenges?
Yeah, we have challenges like every week, every like week and
And what
a
is
half.
that? What is that? What does a challenge mean?
So they'll send us like a list of like 5 stunts they want to see. It's like kind of coming up with our stunt sequences
Yeah.
early. It's like, hey, how many people can do this stunt sequence and rep it out and make it look easy, even though it's really hard. And those challenges can get really frustrating at times. But
And you have tumbling challenges too.
yeah, and then if you can't do the challenges, because most of the tumbling challenges are for the tumblers,
Yeah.
but you just do up to what you can.
Oh wow.
That's actually really
so.
interesting.
So what happens in the sense of like picking your like partners? Like, who's my stunt partner? Like, you're a co-ed, so like, how do you know who you're? Do they assign you a stunt partner?
Or do you like
Do you
try out with
try
a person?
out with one?
Well, usually you try out with, like, I picked Aaron to try out with because I was like, he's close to me, I can train with him. So basically, it's more on location.
But do you ever try out with a stunt partner? 2 questions. 1, do you ever try out with a stunt partner and then they switch your partner? And 2, do like you and me try out and you make it and I don't? Does that ever happen?
Both have happened to me, actually.
What?
So my first year on USA, I tried out with a guy named CJ, and he did not make the team, but I did. So then for all my challenges, I would just find a guy to do my challenges.
Because your person lived far?
No, because he just didn't make the team. I did a lot of my challenges with him still.
Oh, but you just got assigned a stunt partner when you got to the team?
I would just stunt. My first year, I just stunted with, like, the tumblers, the tumbler guys. But, because I was an elite girl my first year.
Okay.
Okay.
But also, like, this year, me and Aaron tried out together, and we both made the team, but we both got put with different people.
Really?
Oh, that's interesting.
So he wasn't your stunt partner on the team?
I did not know that.
So,
I
like,
thought he
I
was.
didn't know that
Once
either.
we get to Florida and we have, like, our 9-10 day training long, then, well, we don't leave each other. So that's the time where, like, if y'all's chemistry isn't working, they
We'll try
can
with
put
someone
him
else.
with me. And if that's working better, we have, like, a week and a half to figure it out.
Oh, that's
A
kinda cool.
week and a half.
I know it sounds like a long time, but it's
Bro.
funny because it's not a long time, but it seems like a long time when you only practice like twice before
But
that.
I guess when like everyone's a semi-professional, I mean, I get literally professional. I mean, I guess it's the best in our industry that make this team. Like,
Yeah.
I know. Do people? Okay, here's another question. So, like, do people ever make the team and then not make it the next year?
Yeah.
Really? So
Yeah.
you're always worried you might not make it?
Well, yeah, your spot's never secured because this up-and-coming generation is so talented that
I didn't
There
know
might
if
be
it was
someone better coming up.
like you know, since you've been on it, like.
No, you're old.
Yeah,
You're
I was gonna
out.
say,
you
we
didn't
get
make
old.
it.
So obviously people don't make it. If they try and don't make it, do they try out again, or is it like a shot to their ego where it's like I'm not doing that again. I was embarrassed or whatever. Not that it's embarrassing. Obviously it's crazy hard to make it, but you know, I feel like in my head if I didn't make it, I'm like I'm never doing that again.
Oh
Like,
yeah, or like, do they make a comeback?
Or do people try out like 3 or 4 times?
Oh yeah, both actually. There's some people that try out and they get discouraged because they didn't make the team. They're
Discouraged
like, okay,
is
well,
more
I'm
the
just not good enough, so I'm gonna give up, and it's just not
Yeah.
for me. But then there's also people like this guy Willie on the team. He tried out for like 4 years in a row, didn't make it, like as a stunter and a tumbler,
Wow.
didn't make it like years in a row, and then finally on his last tryout, he was like, I'm not tumbling, just stunted, and he made it.
Oh,
Really?
I love that.
So you try it as a tumbler or a stunter or both? Like you just find that?
I mean, you can do both. This year we had a guy that did every single elite and every single elite tumbling pass.
Is that Josh?
It was Josh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's
good.
so
From Weber.
good.
Shout out Josh.
Shout
Uh,
out. Because that was definitely the hardest USA routine that somebody has had ever.
Ever. That's
Nobody
crazy.
does every single stunt, every single elite tumbling
Yeah.
pass. Like fulls. Like,
Oof.
Do
That's wild.
you plan on doing it again next year?
yeah.
And is that something like right now? I mean, you're always stunting. I just saw you stunting a minute ago, and like all the time. Literally, USA was over, and she was like still training, and I was like, for what? But is this something where like you're not going to stop training?
I don't think I'm ever going to stop unless
Like I mean, like
My
but like
body
right, but like right
tells
now,
me to.
your mindset is in like, I got to get ready for the next tryout. Like I can't get rusty. Obviously, not as hard as like when it's coming up, but like you're just gonna train year round, I guess.
I mean, that's the goal, especially because it's the best type of workout.
Yeah,
And I
I just
wanna go
couldn't do it.
to
I did
the
a
gym,
backflip
but-
earlier and on the tumble track, and it hurt.
Not on the tumble track.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's wild. And do most people when they do it and win do it again?
A lot of, again, this one's also yes and no. Like, John, he was on the team for 10 years.
Stuart?
Wow.
Yeah.
He's on him as long as Leroy's been coaching USA.
Wow.
Yeah.
Matt Torres has been on it for a hot minute too.
He's been on it, I think this was his
At least 40 years.
4th or 5th year.
Oh, I was like at least 40 years. That's so crazy. Like the commitment. I mean, look, I wish I think if I was good enough to do something like that, I would.
Yeah, that's great.
And I would keep doing it because it's really cool because it's not like All-Star where you have to do it year round.
Yeah.
You don't have to like go to practice twice a week, every week. You get to just train really hard on your own and then commit to be a part of the best team.
Well,
in the
and I
world.
think it's also kind of cool, like bragging rights. Like, oh, what do you do? It's like, well, I'm on Team USA for cheerleading.
Oh, yeah,
like,
it's
that's
super
dope.
cool.
I would brag about that all
It's got to
day.
be a really like so when the team all gets together, it's got to be a really cool like vibe.
Oh, it
Like
is.
it's got to
honestly
be like I mean it's
insane.
clearly you look in the room and you're like we're the best of the best literally
Yeah.
because that's what's cool is that it's not like oh I'm from Top Gun and cheer athletics and you are from these places or from like Navarro and Weber and Kentucky. It's like we're all from different places, but we're all like the best.
Yeah.
So that's what's really cool.
Everyone's the best from where they come from, but whenever we get all together, we're a new team. Like
yeah, I
we're,
feel like it's just like a power mentality. Like
It
everyone's just
has to be.
grinding.
Is it like, oh crap. Is it like super fun though? Like the
it's-
vibes? Because I saw the Snap stories and it's like, practice 84 today. I'm like, what?
Yep.
I felt like y'all never stopped practicing.
oh no, especially when we get to Florida, like it's 2.
Do y'all
Even
stay at a
3
dorm
days.
somewhere?
Well, this year was the first year we were at IMG Academy
That's cool.
in Florida, and it was like an athletic boarding school for
That's
high
dope.
schoolers.
Yeah, a lot of like people that think they're gonna like celebrities, kids like LeBron James kids, like
Yeah.
Wow.
the Ball brothers went there, I think. Don't quote me. But yeah, it's like a sports place.
Yeah, it's crazy. They only go to school for 3 hours a day.
Yeah.
But I'm like, oh, I should have gone there.
Yeah. And then they just do sports and train.
Yeah.
So y'all stayed there?
Yeah, we stayed there, but there was also a hotel on their campus, so we stayed at that hotel.
That's wild.
Oh, that's really dope.
That's really cool.
All I saw was the Snapchats of Alex posting all the food on his story.
Yeah, apparently the cafeteria food was fire.
It was so good this year. Past 2 years, I didn't eat a whole lot. I kept having to like Uber Eats food because I'm picky.
Yeah.
And they like cater food in. I was like, oh,
Is
I don't really like Chinese food, but
Where
I was
did
like,
y'all
I'll get pizza later.
Where did y'all stay in the past? Like, obviously, y'all are at IMG Academy this year, but where were you like before that? Or where would they have y'all stay?
We would stay in like Tampa, Florida, and we'd train at the facility. It's called like Rad Sports. I love that facility, but we would stay like a block or two down the road at a hotel, and we'd just walk to practice every morning.
Oh,
really?
Yeah,
That's wild.
that's kind of cool.
warm up your legs.
Yeah,
That
no,
is a good leg
literally.
warm up.
And so like you get there and then when you get to the competition, it's a 2-day competition obviously, right? And is it 25-75? Is there a carryover score?
Or do you have to make it like Worlds? I guess technically it is Worlds.
I'm pretty sure it's 100-100.
Yeah, like
So
clean
it's like-
slate, like
Summit, like
Summit
Worlds.
and Worlds.
Yeah.
That's cool. And
I
it's at
think-
the same weekend as Worlds, right?
It's like it feeds into Worlds.
Yeah,
Like our final day, teams were starting for Worlds.
right. And I feel like y'all never lose.
We've lost once in 2015.
To who?
Chinese Taipei.
Wow.
Are they still good?
Yeah, they got third this year.
Who got second?
Norway.
Was it close? Not
No,
really.
we won by like 10 points.
What?
Well, I mean, what they're doing is crazy, and I feel like United States is really ahead of everybody in cheerleading. Period, even All Star.
Yeah.
And obviously college. Like I don't know if there's cheer teams in Norway in college. I don't know.
I mean, there might be, I don't
is there
know.
college in Norway? I don't know. I don't know anything about other countries.
Is there college
I
in
don't know. I'm
Norway?
just
Not
kidding.
college.
But that's crazy. And did all the junior teams win too? And all girl?
Everyone won besides, I think, Adaptive got silver, and then Youth All Girl got silver as well.
To who? Youth all girl.
Don't know.
Ah.
Another country.
And
That's
obviously,
so crazy. That is really cool though,
It's
because
cool that
it's
it's
true that it's
countries.
like literally country versus country. Where like
Yeah.
Worlds, obviously you have teams that are from other countries, like in the international division, but that is literally like USA versus Norway versus Canada versus like the actual countries, like the Olympics.
Yeah.
That's really cool to me.
it probably. Do you think a lot of this team is returning? Because that's probably makes it really hard to make if everybody comes back.
Yeah.
That's what makes it hard
So
when
it's all
it's like.
puzzle pieces.
Yeah, because TJ told me that one year he was gonna try out, and Leroy was just like straight up like the whole team's coming back.
Yeah.
Like I would just wait till the next year.
I only heard of a few people saying
They
that
might
they're
do it.
not doing it again, but also a week later they're like, we'll see when tryouts come around. And I'm like,
I feel like if you got it, it's so hard not to do it.
it's hard not to at least try again.
Like it's easy for me not to do it because I'm not very good. But like if I was really good, I'd be like, I might do this.
Well, I think it's the
Why
reason why people like still return to All Star. It's just so fun. I bet it's
It
just
is.
such an addictive like atmosphere and like bunch of personalities and people together.
yeah.
Yeah, that seems so crazy because it just seems like everybody's so good. Like the energy just has to be wild.
Yeah. And so the first day before prelims, we have the opening ceremony.
Yeah.
And it's like Olympic style, basically.
I
That's what it
saw
feels
that
like.
everyone
It's
was
sick.
walking out with their
What?
flags on. Yeah, in the
Yeah.
arena, they had like flags, and it was crazy.
That's cool.
Yeah, but right after that, we do this thing called a cultural exchange, where all the athletes from all the countries, even like the youth and junior programs, we go outside like by the ESPN Globe,
Oh yeah.
and we all like exchange like wristbands, pens,
That's
like
so cool.
sombreros, like
Oh,
I
I
saw
love that.
yeah, like a bunch of literally shirts. Everyone
Yeah.
asks for like USA shirts, but most of us don't ever have any with us. We're
I
like,
would bring
"Sorry."
a bunch and sell them.
I always think that I'm gonna do that.
I would
and then
bring a
always forget.
bunch of Team USA shirts and sell them.
Yeesh.
That would be my power move.
They would give you anything for them.
I would do anything to
bring
go
the different
watch
American
Worlds or
snacks.
to go watch that, but we always have stuff going on.
We did get a bunch of like Sweden and Mexican like candy and stuff like that, and we were just going around like trying foods. I was like, we probably shouldn't be
doing this. Just
trying a
eating
bunch of different random foods.
from
Like
different
from different
countries.
countries.
Yeah.
That's what makes it
Yeah.
sketchy.
Man, that is so crazy. I just feel like it's got to be such an epic experience. Like,
It
I didn't.
is.
It's weird because like, when did this start? What was the first year of this?
Ooh.
I feel like it had to. I don't really remember, but I was never that good.
I mean,
so-
the first year of Worlds was 2004, so I'm assuming probably maybe that year, or if they started it later
2000
than that.
something.
Well, duh.
Well, I was like, it's
It wasn't like
only 2000 something now.
Yeah.
I know that.
1943.
Like it wasn't like
in the
1980.
1990s.
Yeah.
Team USA.
Yeah, that's dope.
That's
though.
really cool.
And it's cool to be able to be a part of that, like,
Yeah.
because you're a part of that forever. You know what I mean? But I see how it could be super addicting because it's not like a year-round thing.
Yeah.
You can just train really hard on your own and then just be a part of something great.
For like 3 weeks and then call it a day.
Yeah, it's like 3 weeks out of the whole year, and
Do you ever try out with friends and then your friends don't make it?
yeah,
That's so awkward.
That's so
Is that not
sad.
so awkward?
it is. Like my second year trying out, me and Fernie tried out together, and then Hayden and Allie, also from Kentucky, tried out, and Hayden and Allie didn't make it. Hayden was on USA my first year, but then didn't make it his second year.
I'd be so.
And it was sad, but they were like it's okay.
I mean, I guess you have to respect it because everybody's so good that
Yeah.
it's like. But I bet there's always people that are like, "How did she make it and not me?"
Oh
Like,
yeah, cheer Twitter.
Do you think you're gonna keep trying out until you don't make it, or do you think you're gonna like have like an end date? Like I'll do it for like 2 more years and then I won't.
Are you
do
gonna
it
go
again.
down like Tony Romo, just
Oh.
or like Michael Jordan in the Wizards?
Like the Wizards.
Yeah, that's what they're saying about LeBron right now. That he's pulling like a Michael Jordan in the Wizards, where like LeBron won't stop playing, but like
Like you're tired,
not doing
bro.
well.
You're old.
But do you think you'll do it till you stop making it, or till like if you did, let's say, God forbid, but let's say next year you don't make it,
Yeah.
would you do it again the next year? Or would you be like, maybe this is it?
I think that would be my time to hang
Stop.
up the shoes, or I'm gonna keep doing it until either my body just starts giving out on me, or until life just
Something happens big.
whether it's work or life
baby.
or
Like I know what you mean though. Like like something like major that like, God, this is just too much, and I can't,
Yeah.
because you have to commit a lot to that training also. Do you ever get hurt, injured? I feel like I've never. Well, I haven't known you very long, but I feel
knock
like I've
on
never
wood.
seen.
I've actually only ever broken 2 bones in my body, and it's been both my pinkies.
From stunting, but you've never like hurt yourself.
Basing
Oh.
and then pyramids.
You ever hurt yourself like tumbling though or anything? Because hard floor is such a different animal. That's got to take such a toll on your body.
Well, it's so hard on
yeah.
your ankles and your wrists and all of your joints. It's not even just like necessarily a bone thing.
Oh yeah, but our trainer Onda, we would not make it without her.
Really?
Yeah, like we're the whole team's and doing treatments till like midnight and back at the training table at like 7:30 a.m.
Wow.
That's wild.
Do they? They'll do like ice baths and stuff. I saw that on the Snapchat stories.
Oh yeah. after
Yeah,
every-
it seems so
every
legit.
practice.
It seems so legit. Y'all got like trainers and like ice baths and like all this stuff.
Oh yeah, ice baths are my least favorite part.
Do you
Oh,
have to do an ice bath?
You don't have to do it.
Certain
Well, I guess they
years
tell you, huh?
it's been mandatory for the whole team to.
Really?
Oh gosh.
Like if you're hurting and you're complaining, or you have to set out a tumbling or not throw it or whatever because you are hurting and you're not taking care of your injuries, like going to see her for treatment and rehab and ice bathing to like help yourself, then she'll make it mandatory. Be like, okay, well, if you're not gonna do it, I'm gonna force you to.
That makes sense. Though. I mean, I think it's you've got to take it serious at that level. I mean, I think it's crazy too because you've got to take it serious because everybody's committing so much for like such a short amount of practice and time. It's like you can't mess this up.
Yeah.
Do people ever get injured in training
Yeah,
and
actually,
like can't compete?
this year, it was the day before we competed. This guy Curtis, he came down out of a stunt trying to catch Maddie Brum, and like his knees are already bad, but then he like went down and like was like down for the count, and we
Yeah.
almost had to take him off completely of Matt and change the routine the day before we competed. But then thankfully, he was okay and he was able to push through both days.
Yeah.
But last year, TJ Olson, he was my shoulder stand for the routine, but it was before we got to Florida.
He got
He
hurt.
got hurt and had to have surgery or whatever,
Oh.
and then was not on Matt anymore. And then my first year, Josh Marsh was on the team. It was one of our, no, this wasn't, we were already at training in Tampa. Like, we were going full outs and everything right before we went full out. And he was tumbling and ruptured his Achilles for a second time.
Oh, gosh.
And from Florida, flew to, like, the best surgeon, got surgery, and flew back just to, like, be there with us.
Oh,
and then was
my
doing, like, hand
gosh.
skis and his, like, little scooter thing. And I was like,
That's
crazy.
crazy.
Like, you just got
so
surgery.
wild.
Yeah.
That's intense.
That's
like,
some commitment there.
but I guess when
Yeah.
someone gets hurt, that's why you have the alternates, and they're probably just not as talented, but they're probably really good still.
Oh, yeah. They're basically going full out with us on, like, the sides of the mat.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah. Because you
God.
never know what could happen.
They're just like waiting for someone to get hurt. Like, I hope he gets hurt.
No.
No, you don't think so?
No.
I didn't know. I didn't
People
know.
aren't
You know,
rude.
They
you're
just
like,
have to stay ready, though, because you never know what could
but
happen.
you don't think like a little bit. They're like,
I mean,
oh,
maybe in the back of
No.
their head.
I hope, homeboy
I mean,
rolls
you never
his
know when your
ankle.
number's going to be pulled.
I
Yeah.
would hope. That's so awful.
I don't think they
I'm
wish
just, it's
an
like,
injury on
I'm
someone.
just kidding. I'm not
but-
saying you have to wish an injury on them. I'm just saying, like, you know, you're like, oh, he's icing that ankle, coach. Like,
Rawls over there like, maybe they'll call me.
Yeah, no, they're not, do you think? No, they're definitely not calling me.
They might.
They call our cleaning crew before they called me. They're not calling.
Hector.
Hey, call that guy that puts towels on his head to fill in. Like, and there's got to be somebody else.
Do people know who he is?
Yeah.
Someone
Call
get
the
his phone
skit
number.
guy.
Yeah, call the skit guy. He could hold
the
this
skit
pyramid. It's crazy because the 2 high pyramids and all that stuff is wild. And I feel like
Oh, yeah.
everyone's doing that, like, standing full thing to the top. That's wild, too.
It's funny because I remember the first, I feel like that's fairly new as of like last year or 2 years ago. And I feel like a lot of people started doing that. It's like,
The
whoa.
shotguns, yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. Does everybody on the team, like, cheer in college? Or cheered in college? Or someone just like an all-star kid?
Cheered in college, yeah. I don't think there's, that I know of at least, that,
Didn't cheer in college?
yeah.
Yeah, because I feel like that's where you get that stunning experience. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you wouldn't just be, like, on TGLC and, like, I guess they're pretty talented, but you wouldn't do as elite stunts because it's out of that level.
Yeah.
You don't learn how to mid in all-star because there's no mid.
Yeah.
There's just
That's true.
top.
Is a lot of them from one college on the team usually? Like, obviously, like, Weaver's probably pretty heavy.
Yeah, this year is majority Weaver.
And then in the years past, is it?
Last year we had quite a few Weaver people as well.
Did people from Kentucky ever do it?
Yeah, there actually used to be a lot of Kentucky people or Kentucky alumni on the team, but they just started slowly trickling off. and
Who's the
then
oldest on the team?
Age-wise or like year-wise?
Age-wise.
I want to know both.
Age-wise, I think, I don't know, Brett's like 30.
That's not very old. How old's Matt Torres?
I was going to say he's up there too.
Gotta be 50. He's been on the team forever. I feel like I've been watching him on U.S.A. since, like,
She just said it's only like his 4th or 5th year.
who's been on it the longest?
Probably Matt.
Yeah, in the
After-
90s.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
The 90s was not 5 years ago.
No, my bad. That's intense. His girlfriend's on it too, isn't she?
His fiance.
Ah, is she on it too, though?
Yeah.
That's awesome. They probably met through cheer, though, like college cheer.
And they
Oh,
do
yeah.
cheer together.
Everywhere.
Oh, the
Are
perfect
they in the
love
same
story.
stunt
They
group?
They were partners, yeah.
Stop. That's
They got
fire.
that stunt chemistry.
That's
They
so
do.
cute.
I love
And they don't
that.
drop either.
Ever? Don't
But
knock on wood, also.
I saw them drop once. And we
That's
all made a
crazy.
really big deal about it. 'Cause
That's
we
when
were
you know
like,
you're.
"Oh!"
That's when you know you're good. When
Oh,
you
yeah.
drop and people freak out.
Oh, yeah. If he take a step, we're like, oh,
That's,
you moved your big toe.
Well, I guess
That's
they get
like-
to practice a lot.
That's like the perfect love story, cheerleading and
Oh, it
getting
is.
Imagine
There.
those wedding photos. They're gonna be like,
Oh my gosh, yes.
it's gonna be so cute. Anybody can hold your hand, but who can hold your feet?
That's the most 2014
on,
post I've ever
Come
heard.
on. I'm here for it. I love it.
How 2012
I'd like
of
to be
you.
invited to the wedding. Can you let them know? I don't even know them.
Hey.
Invite me. I'll take a photo. I'll
We
bring.
met him.
I did
at
meet
our
him.
clinic.
Yeah, that's so awesome though. That's really cool that they're able to do that together.
Yeah.
Has there ever been any other couples on the team?
Honestly, this year there was a lot of couples.
Really?
Yeah.
Do they become couples and go, or like couples there? Does anybody
and go
ever? Does
couples.
anybody ever meet on the team and fall
Yeah.
in love happily ever after?
Yeah, Bethany and Riley. I'm actually going to their wedding in June.
What? They met on
Wow.
U.S.A.
I don't know if they actually met on USA, but that's like where like
It's sparked. I like that.
That's kind of cool.
That's why I can't meet anybody. I haven't made USA
you don't
yet.
go to USA.
I gotta train harder so I can meet someone.
Guess they're done with me again.
Yeah, no, there's no way I could do that again. That's intense though. So when are the tryouts again?
When?
Mm-hmm.
I think they start back up in like September.
That's so
What
intense.
month is it? May.
No, the tryouts gonna be here in Dallas again.
There'll definitely be at least one location.
I wish there was like open tryouts you could watch.
It is.
You can watch the tryouts?
Yeah, you can come and watch.
No, you
That's dope.
can't.
Yeah, you can.
Where are
Like
they?
we're all just sitting. I could bring like all my friends in the
Yeah.
pod, and we can just sit there and watch
Yeah.
tryouts.
We should
What?
commentate. We should bring the pod and commentate.
It's at CA, right?
This year it was, yeah.
And people are just sitting there watching spectators.
Well, we did it really early in the morning before like teams or anything got there. But there was like Shelby was there next door doing like the workout stuff. But
I don't feel like there's just like stands and they're selling tickets and people can just watch this tryout.
Well,
Which they
it's free.
should.
Bro,
But-
tryouts are in 4 months. That's crazy. I
For
feel like you
USA?
just got done.
yeah, and we have 3 more trips in between here and there.
Where do y'all go?
Germany, Split, Croatia, and Canada.
What are you doing on your trips? I don't know about this.
Competing?
Germany is like an appearance, like at an opening something or other. Croatia and Canada are both competitions though.
That's cool.
That's wild. Is it funded for?
Germany is. Germany
That's
is a free trip.
That's fine.
But Croatia and Canada and ICU, we have to fundraise for.
Fundraise for it. That's awesome. Donate.
Put a donate link
Please.
down
Yeah,
below.
we'll put a link somewhere. But that's wild. That's cool though. Does everybody have to go or what if they can't make it?
Not everyone has to go. It's just if you're available.
Oh, that's cool.
Do y'all like modify the routine? Like,
Yeah.
So is ICU y'all's like hardest routine?
Oh yeah.
Okay, and then y'all modify it for the other ones. That's
Yeah,
cool.
and if we don't have enough people for a certain competition, we'll pull in people from previous years or people that didn't make the team that were like next people.
This
up.
is my opportunity.
I don't know if you were next up.
I might be next up. You don't know that. What if there's just nobody? And you're like, we have to have someone
We
on
really
the team.
need someone to be
Is
on top
anybody
of this
down to
pyramid.
fly to Canada right now? You could be like, I got a friend.
Got a friend.
I think he can stand him back. If it's the
Maybe.
first thing in the routine, I could be that guy.
Hey, there's no jumps.
Hey, Nick gets to go everywhere.
Yeah, he's like a photographer.
How do I be?
Wait.
Hey, what's up? How do I get on that
Yeah,
gig?
he'll film. I'll edit. We'll just.
How did
just
he get
go.
the gig?
Connections.
I need the gig.
Text Leroy.
If Nick disappears, I'm just
If
kidding.
Nick rolls his ankle, this is
This
where
is
I
Roll's
get
the
in.
alternate.
I'm the can I be the alternate videographer?
That's not up to me.
So yeah, I'm talking to Nick. I'm gonna be like, look, if you get hurt, dude,
I'm just letting you know. I'll take your
Tap me in.
spot.
yeah, you roll your ankle and you can't get the good angles. I got you.
Let me know.
So that's cool. So when do y'all go there this summer?
At the end of June, we go to Germany, and then end of July we go to Croatia.
That is
And then when you go to
so
Canada?
cool.
I don't know.
So, okay, so wait, in the other countries you're competing, obviously it's not as hard as the ICU worlds, but is it like still hard, or is it pretty much like we're gonna win?
Well, I mean, pretty confident that we will win just because of our skill set.
Yeah.
Skill set and skill level, but I mean the routine still is freaking hard.
That's fair.
But we do modify it a little bit.
Do y'all compete against good people out there, or like a lot of people?
A lot of the same people,
Really?
I would assume. I've never been out of the country.
Have y'all ever done this before?
Yeah, they travel. Well, last year we didn't go international anywhere, but my first year they went to Chile.
Wow.
But I had Big Blue Madness for Kentucky, so I couldn't go. But they went to Chile and competed
Because you were at Kentucky still. That's wild.
at school and games and homework.
That's so cool.
Yeah, I should have
kinda
done it.
jealous.
I'm just kidding. Not that I would have.
If you
Mexico
try out,
will
you'll be
probably
the
be there.
alternate.
I couldn't. Are they good?
Team Mexico, they're pretty good.
Like, can I make it?
Vamos, Mexico.
Can I make it? You think with like a standing fool and like the little hand thing?
A toss hands?
No.
I don't know what the requirements are in Mexico.
What did they do?
Speak Spanish.
No, what kind of stunts did they do?
I honestly didn't watch them.
I need to look into
I
this.
was locked in.
I'm gonna look into this. I'm gonna ask Oliver.
You should.
But
Pretty sure it's Venezuela.
is he on that team?
No, but
This is a dumb question. But you have to be American to be on Team USA, right?
yeah. So like, Kat cannot be on Team USA.
But she did Team Australia.
She did.
That's so cool.
That's really cool. So you basically have to be like.
Do you
a
have any
citizen.
friends
Yeah.
from the United States that like cheer with you in college that do their country's teams?
Yeah, actually, a girl on Navarro this year, Ale.
Mm-hmm.
She was on Team Ecuador all girl this year.
I love that. That's so fire.
Yeah.
That's like the NBA when they like play for the, like in the Olympics. It's cool to see Luka on his team.
That's
with different people.
really
Yeah.
cool, actually.
That's pretty fire. Well, dang,
Well, that was fun.
that's dope. Well, good job.
Good
And
job
luck
being on USA.
Team
Why are you
Mex-
wearing a camo headband?
Oh, because it's camo
she really wanted to
day.
explain this.
Chargers had practice. They had camo day. Raul didn't go with the theme. I did because I actually
didn't
like
know.
them.
He never does.
Well,
But it was good.
we're excited to root you on. Good job, boys. You're not on the team.
I was doing it to Maddie.